Well, basically, I've arrived to work. They asked me to open some bottles, and there were only 2 bottle openers. There weren't 3. Yeah. So I basically just said, "What do you want me to do?" And they didn't have any answers for me. Hi, yeah, I'm just wondering what's happened. I've just come to work, and there seems to be a problem.
It's not. You walked out and said if anyone needs me,
Yeah,
I'll be downstairs.
because you said that you wanted me to open some bottles. I went over to open the bottles.
Okay.
There were only 2 bottle openers, so there wasn't a bottle opener for me. So I
Just
couldn't
your
open the
attitude's a
bottle.
bit confrontational.
Your attitude's confrontational.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, interesting. Would you say my attitude's confrontational? I've got a big smile on my face.
But it's quite
I wouldn't say I'm
passive-aggressive.
being aggressive. I wouldn't say I'm.
These people are passive aggressive right now. So there's so many.
Okay, well, let's go into a public space where there's some more people. We can chat over there. Right, I don't think I'm being aggressive. Do you feel like I'm being aggressive towards you? Do you feel threatened by me? A 6'7" man? Maybe you think being aggressive. I wouldn't say I'm being physically aggressive.
We need to go home now. Or is because
Come sit down. Everyone go away.
No, you don't need to
Please,
talk.
maybe know who I am a little bit more. Maybe don't touch me without my permission.
Would you like to sit down?
I'd be happy to sit down and have a
Come sit down. Let's
conversation
have a
with
quick
you.
chat. What's happening?
I've arrived to work here today.
Okay.
I've worked for Splendid for about 4.5 years.
Okay.
I've never had a problem before.
Okay.
I've arrived here to do my job. I've been told they want me to open some bottles, so I've gone over to open the bottles. They then said to me, you can't open the bottles because there are only 2 bottle openers and I'm the 3rd person, so there was no implement for me to open the bottles.
Okay.
So I said, okay, well, to get out of all of your way, so I'm not being a hindrance, just give me a call if you need me. They then called me because they obviously need me, and I'm now being told that they would like me to leave and go home for literally no reason.
Okay. I'm not exactly sure what's going on because I'm trying to write down notes after that. What I'm going to get you to do is stay in this room.
Okay.
And do some cutlery and other random stuff like that. Is that okay?
That's absolutely fine.
On this table here is what table is this? Table 7.
You say 2 on each side.
There'll be 10 people on this table, okay? I need 1 of these brown looking mats straight ahead, 1 here. There needs to be 4 on either side, evenly spaced. Okay? At this moment in time, she's staying until I say so, okay? Continue. Yes, sir. 4. Apparently there needs to be 2 here, so you won't get the mats here, so don't worry about the mats. Alright. This one might just move down. Okay. The idea was there's 2 here. This will overlap like this over here. Alright. And I'll just be on the place that they please. Okay? Perfect. Find some napkins and cutlery, please. Okay? Happy days. Alright.
Let me get the paperwork out of the way.
Sweetheart, when you're finished, can we have a quick chat?
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you.
But hang on, oh no, hang on, it's 5 of these going downstairs to prove it.
Yes, 5 big ones.
Are there extra small
So I'm
knives?
going to move those.
11 to
and put them
that,
out
right?
there on the,
More paper here, by any chance?
I don't know. I don't think there was more paper. There's just this. Those.
Paper 5, which is part of the 10. It's my paper on. This is not a good thing.
Oh, you've done 5?
Jane, how are we looking with the rest of the stuff, like cutlery and stuff? Good to go? Perfect. Okay. 15 minutes, please.
in the unit.
Jane, have you picked up my sheets? Yeah, you need to go. You need one idea. Jane, you want to next? This is my one.
This is really we done for is here. There is one obviously they got the
Yeah, you just need to make this. And go. This is the new master one. That's right.
He's only able to stay till 11.
That's okay with me. Perfect.
Perfect,
Thank
yeah,
you.
only till 11. Awesome, thank you so much.
Okay. Perfect. Somehow it's not squished, or it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Fine, it's on both
Four
sides.
on each, 4 on each side.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4.
That's fine. Perfect.
Okay.
Spare?
Yeah, that's
that one there.
fine.
We just put it in the box for now. Yeah. Perfect. We're gonna have a quick chat outside, sweetheart. Okay?
Yep.
Yeah, do you work in this venue or are you security? Is there any chance I can take this room for about 4 minutes? Just to have a conversation and it should be about 4 or 5 minutes. I've got you.
You security?
Yes.
Do you want to stay for the conversation? I'm just saying it to everyone's.
That's okay with me.
You're
You come.
security and you want to stay for the conversation.
Happy days. It's all right. I'm not exactly sure what happened with Eliza and Sandra. Sandra's one of your agency girls. I think she's, what is she? Coordinator.
Yes,
Okay.
yeah.
Eliza is, in a technicality, my boss. Okay.
Yes,
So
yeah.
if you shout at me, I'll be okay with that because
Okay.
I don't know what the situation was. You
Okay.
shout at Eliza, we're in a
Okay.
bit of trouble here.
Just to be 100% clear, I haven't shouted at anyone.
I don't know what
today.
happened. There was a disagreement. I could hear it, but sometimes, you know, I just got to put my head in my books and keep
Yeah,
doing my work
yeah,
until
I
it
understand
becomes my
that.
problem. Okay.
Yeah.
If it was me, like I said before, I would happily let you carry on. Just give you a different job. The problem is, Eliza's now a little bit annoyed
Yes, she
because
is.
obviously you raised your voice to her essentially.
I didn't raise my voice at her.
There was a disagreement. Okay.
There was a disagreement. There was a disagreement.
Sometimes.
But there wasn't anyone raising their
That's
voices
okay.
or being
Whether-
aggressive.
Okay, let's say no raised voice.
Okay.
Disagreements happen. I understand that.
Yeah.
Disagreements normally, if I have a disagreement with these gentlemen here,
Yes.
it's fine because we're on a similar level here. Eliza is my boss, which is essentially your boss, okay? Which
She is
means,
my boss. I'm 28 years of age.
understood, Eliza's like 35,
I'm also a mother of a son. I'm
Okay.
28 years old. I'm a mother of a son.
understood.
Just so we're aware of like the fact that I'm not a little girl who's
That's
coming
okay.
at work and not respecting her elders.
That's
Like,
okay.
I'm a fully grown
Um,
adult and I've been working for about 12 years and I have the most respect for all of my managers. I've never
I'm
had.
sure you do. I personally have no issue with you, but obviously at the same time now, they're on my arsehole essentially because they're like, she's upset and obviously annoyed about the whole, you leaving the room where you had your conversation
Yeah.
and then going into the main room. My client's
Okay.
in there,
I
okay?
understand that. Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie to you, I like this job.
I like the job too.
Yeah, they look after me, I look after them, it
I
kind of works a
understand
dream,
that. You're just
okay?
you're doing your job. You're doing
Yeah,
what you've been
I'm
told by
trying
your
to.
manager.
The hardest part of my job now is going to be the conversation where I'm going to have to say that we're going to have to send you home, okay?
Okay.
They're just finding the atmosphere between you and them
Okay.
might be a little bit too tense.
That's fine. I'm
And-
happy to go home as long as
Perfect.
I'm fully compensated for the time that I've spent getting here,
Yep,
getting
that's
home,
perfectly
and paid
fine.
for the shift
If
because I've
they
given up my
ask
whole
me,
day
I will
for
say
this.
happy that you left at 5 o'clock. Is that fair?
That's fine. I don't really know, like, from a security perspective here,
Mm-hmm.
like, Eliza is a woman, she's a manager, she's
she's
had
a
a
planner,
disagreement
yeah.
with me, she's
Mhm.
taken personal offence by that. I personally feel like I haven't actually offended anyone. Like, I've shown up, this is my perspective, and I've listened to your
Of course, yeah,
perspective.
yeah,
My
totally with it.
perspective is I've shown up on time for work, I've gone upstairs, I've then been told, hi, we don't need you in the main room, they're all setting the tables, we've got enough people, so we want you to go into the other room.
The specific job.
And there's 3 of you here, there's 1 of me, and I'm not like, I'm way outnumbered here, so I'm just trying to give you my perspective. They've told me they don't need me in the main room, so they've said, you're going to be going over there to open some wine bottles with the wine bottle openers. I've said, okay. I've walked over to open the wine bottles. I've then been told there are 2 wine bottle openers. There are not 3 wine bottle openers, so you don't have any implement to open the wine bottles. They've then said you could open a wine bottle with a knife. I have no idea how to open a wine bottle with a knife, and I would
Wasn't
not
that, it
know
was
how
the,
to.
It's taking the foil off of the wine bottle itself. So you have to
Yeah.
defoil it. Yeah,
But I would have been happy to have tried and given it a go.
Yeah.
But they've said to me, we don't have enough wine bottle openers to give you so that you can open these wine bottles. So they've given me a task, but then they haven't given me the equipment to be able to perform that
Fair,
task.
Yeah, and I did speak to them about that, to be fair. And I said, difficulty from my side is, yes, I am technically the manager and I am with Social Pantry, but I'm freelance, which
Yeah.
means anybody who gives me good money is where I end up.
You know,
Yeah.
what
Essentially.
stands out for me is when you, if it's a knife, because I used to be a winemaker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If it's a knife and the wine bottle is cork, then that's
Yes.
extremely dangerous.
Yeah.
What it is
Very
is
Health
dangerous
and
thing
safety.
to be asking.
You
them
see
to
on
do
the-
Right
that.
PPE,
And,
to be honest.
You see on the
really
bottle
do need
opener
the
itself.
wine- You need the wine opener
Yeah.
for that.
On the
Yeah.
bottle opener itself, there is a knife on the back of it.
On the bottle.
I mean, you look older than me, sir.
I know what you mean.
Yeah, there's a small knife on the back, which is what's normally used to open it.
Okay.
They
Those are
bought
still really
the
dangerous.
house ones, which is essentially the butterfly one, the
Oh,
handles,
okay,
which doesn't
yes,
have the knife on
yeah,
it.
yeah,
So
yeah.
they had to use a knife, which was
Okay.
it was only meant to be a guy called Jay who works directly for the company.
Okay.
So if he got injured, so be it.
I ain't gonna
Yeah?
lie, but you see those old school
Butterfly.
tin openers
Yeah,
with
oh,
that
yeah.
knife that
Yeah.
goes, is that what you're talking about?
No,
I know what you're talking
it's
about.
slightly
It's
different.
open,
Yeah.
it's got a little knife
It's got a
in
small-
it. It's got
small
a
one, yeah.
small one, yeah.
Getting back to the point here. Sorry, do you want to finish your point?
No, I finished my point. I just finished my point.
Yeah, so the friction between now you and Eliza, the difficulty I have is I have to keep Eliza here because it's her job.
Is she from Splendid or from Social
No,
Pantry?
she's from Social Pantry.
Are you Social Pantry as well?
By default, yes.
I see, right.
Yeah.
Okay.
What I can suggest then is for you to send Splendid an email about the situation that's happened today and let them know your perspective of it. I'm
Yeah.
sure at some point Eliza will give her perspective and we can come to some conclusion whether she needs to apologise or whatever it is. But for today, and for me to get back to my job now,
Yeah.
I'm gonna ask you to leave and go home. I will let them know that you left at 5 o'clock. So you're compensated up until this point here. I don't know if you have a minimum hours thing as well. You'd have to speak to Splendid about that.
Yeah.
And then I'll speak to Eliza once we've set the room up and say, listen, you're causing me grief, essentially. I'm not gonna lie to you, it's not the first time she's done it, annoying me, but I have to get along with her because we work in unison.
Yeah.
She
No,
plans the job
I understand that.
and-
Like, you don't want anyone showing up at work creating drama. You just want
Yeah.
to do the job and get it done.
Yeah.
Which I do understand.
Mhm.
So evidently there's been some kind of clash here,
There's been a
of which I may be
miscommunication,
partly
I think it is, yeah.
responsible. I suppose all I'm saying is that you're sending me home fine. I get it. I feel like maybe there was some kind of clash. The only thing I'm concerned about is obviously this is my job.
Yes.
I have a son. I
Yeah.
have to provide for my son.
I don't personally think it should
and
affect the way
I just don't want to get
we-
Splendid thinking that I've turned up and because I could have turned up and screamed and yelled the house
Yeah.
down and threatened somebody, or turned up high or turned up drunk, and I haven't done any of those things on a spectrum of like terrible behaviour to like 5-star behaviour.
Yeah.
So I just want to I'm thinking like, should I be
think
talking to
that's why I
someone
think
from
it's-
Splendid before I go,
Which
just
is
to let
what
them know I'm
you
leaving
can do if you
or
need
I'm
to.
going?
I mean, Splendid itself, I would have to send them a timesheet regardless.
Okay.
So at the end of every shift, I need to send them a timesheet regardless of what happens, who was here, who wasn't here.
I see.
Essentially, so your name would still be on the list and I'll still
Okay.
write down 1,700 hours,
Yeah.
just as normal. I personally, from away from work and everything else, would personally send Splendid a message just so they're clear about why it is you left at 5 o'clock. Because they will look at it and go, came at 4,
Yeah.
left at 5. Weird.
Yeah, yeah, no. I
They
think
would
so,
find
yeah.
that weird. So if I were you,
Yeah.
I would send them a message.
Yeah, I'll go give them a call and I'll just say like that.
I
that's
do
what's
need to get back
happened.
into that room because I've got about 10 minutes max to set that room up, and
Yeah.
they won't do it without
No, you
me
got it now.
shouting a little bit.
Yeah, no,
Okay?
definitely. Yeah.
So yeah,
okay.
apologies for this whole miscommunication. I will
Yeah.
speak to Eliza in a second. But yeah, if you grab the stuff and then I'll show you out. Okay?
Yeah.
Take care. Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I'm just wondering where I put my coat. My coat somewhere. I think I must have left it.
been sent home reserve stuff?
I'm being sent home because there's been a miscommunication.
Overstuff.
That's not the reason I've been given. I'm being sent home because there was a miscommunication. Yeah, I just need to find my coat. My coat is here. I'm not sure where. It's like a black. What are they called?
Where did you leave it?
The black sleeveless puffer jackets. It's a black sleeveless puffer jacket. Yeah, I might have left it in the security room. I'm not sure.
In
I
that
need
one
to
up
find
there?
it. I might. Oh, did I take? I don't think I took it in there. Unless I put it over here. Oh, it's here.
Oh, it's there. Yeah, I mean, hopefully this doesn't give you a bad reputation about social. I mean, I don't know if you worked with social venture before. I don't think I've met you before.
I don't know if I have. I have worked in events for years, but I don't know if I've worked in. I don't know if I've worked in.
One, I think it doesn't give you a bad impression of social venture. Even though freelance, obviously, I work
Yeah.
with them quite often. So
Yeah, I
I
know,
like to think that
100%.
it's not all of us that cause. it's
Yeah,
not-
definitely.
it's just sometimes individuals.
Sometimes it's just personality clashes.
Yeah,
or something.
and yeah, I mean, obviously, I hope I see you at some point again.
Yeah, definitely, I
From
hope
my
so.
perspective, there's no hard feelings or anything. Sometimes things happen.
Yeah, we do have.
Believe it or not, as relaxing as I am now,
Yeah.
I clash with those chefs more than you'd ever imagine. Oh,
Yeah.
Oh shit, how you doing? Been blind, not all good. Sarah is upstairs. I'll take her home. I'll see you journey home.
Thank you.